This is an intro. Who needs an intro? I don't need an intro. This is just a vape show. It's just a vape show. Vape show. This is an intro. Who needs an intro? I don't need an intro. This is just a vape show. It's just a vape show. Vape show.
YouTube, what is up? I'm your homeboy Josh, back at you. Today we're taking a look at the Druga RDA from Augvape, who has been playing around with their logo a bit, it seems. I like it. I like it. It's a nice change. It's very, yeah. I'm sure we'll have conspiracy theorists all in arms about that. I really like the packaging that Augvape has been using lately, these black tube style boxes on everything. I just dig it. Inside you've got like this little card with a QR code, which will take you over to Augvape's Instagram, and it tells you how to, they're giving away 10 Black Drugas and Merlin RDTAs each month for a while. That's on Augvape's Instagram page. Anyway, the Druga RDA has a really interesting emblem on the front. It's like a D and then a D going through the D, going the other way. So, I don't know, it's an odd one. It creates this sort of tic-tac-toe kind of hopscotch looking thing. And it's got an ultem drip tip. However, I feel like it could have been just a little bit thicker. Would have been nice. A little bit thin on up top. I feel like it could have been a little bit thicker. On the ultem tip, it does actually say Druga in there, really tiny lettering. I think that's kind of cool, that attention to detail from the drip tip. That's really nice. And it can also handle, I want to say goon style tips. Let me double check. Handles goon style tips natively, no problem. But you also have an adapter for 510 drip tips, and you have an alternate Delrin drip tip if you like that a little bit better. Comes with an Allen key. It's like the thickest Allen key ever. It's a super thick Allen key. And everything comes in its own little insert. I dig that. Wait a minute, is this squonk capable? I didn't even realize. This is a squonk capable RDA, people. I'm excited. We're gonna swap that out right now. Oh yes. But that's what that Allen key is for, because I was wondering when I just saw the Allen key, I'm like, what could that be for? Because, well, you'll see in a moment, the deck doesn't involve an Allen key at all. Not at all. I really like, this one's actually pretty easy to replace, to be honest with you. That's not too bad. So it's squonk capable. On the bottom it says by Vape House and Augvape. There's a separate flathead screw to tighten up the negative post. The one thing about it is that it's got an inner airflow and an outer airflow barrel. And I gotta tell you, it's so ridiculously tight. So ridiculously tight. I think I'm gonna see if I can change the O-ring right quick. Oh my goodness. This O-ring is just so tight. I'm trying to stab myself with the Coil Master tweezers here. Yeah, this O-ring, it's just so damn thick. But luckily it comes with extras. All right, this looks to be the thinner of the O-rings. There's just the one O-ring where you marry the outer airflow to the inner airflow of the top cap, and it's a Cyclops style airflow adjustment. Let's see if that made it any better. Not by much. And that was the skinniest looking one. So the O-rings are included with this thing. I gotta say, they're really, really tight. It would be nice if they were a little bit thinner. That's the only thing. So we're swapping out the drag box mod for the squonker. Woohoo! I love that. Juice coming up from the bottom. Perfection. Vaping at about 120 watts. It's a 0.15 ohm build. It's not a bad vape. I feel like it could be a little bit more flavorful is the thing. Building it is a dream, I'll say that. It's got a 2-post sort of system set up here, and it's got Phillips head screws on it, which is really nice and handy. I like the Phillips head screws. One thing that I've noticed about Augvape products is at times they can lack a certain attention to detail. This one, for example, one of the posts was actually oriented in the wrong direction. I mean, it's not a huge deal, and it's easy enough to fix. You just have to unscrew the post at the bottom and reorient it and tighten it back up. And I'm sure that it's probably just my unit. Probably no one else is going to have this problem. I'm just a lucky one, it seems. Always. But it's just that attention to detail in Augvape products I've found isn't always there. There are just some things that they kind of let slide, if you ask me. Just one example of it. So the deck is super easy to build on, I'll give it that. The one thing that you need to consider about this particular deck though is if it's going to be the right one for you, because it's very, very, very wide. With this particular deck, it's really suited for those really wide coils. If you want something like just a standard 28 gauge, 26 gauge fused Clapton, for example, you're gonna have to space those coils out a bit. It's also just a strictly dual coil deck, so if you're a single coiler, this one's not going to be for you. But I also really, really like the thumb screws here. The thumb screws made it super, super easy for me to build this. Putting it together was no problem. I did it with my bare hands, no tools, nothing. I didn't even put it on an ohm meter or put it on a mod while I was building, which is super, super easy to put together. And then when it was all done, I just tightened it on up a little bit with the Phillips heads. That was it. Super easy to build. Just a pair of fused Clapton coils, ohms out at 0.15 ohms, and I vape it at about 120 watts. So pretty customizable RDA and the kind of drip tips that you can use. I really like that it fits Goon natively, and Goon and Kennedy natively. I really like that it has that Delrin option, the ultem option, and the option for 510. That's pretty sweet. To be honest with you, I feel like the ultem drip tip is the weakest one of all of them. I feel like the tip is too wide overall, and I also feel like the ultem is a little bit thin up top. It kind of does this sort of thing where it triangles out like that. I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't like the ultem drip tip that they're using, but using this Goon style tip, I'm getting a much better experience. It's better flavor just switching out the tip, to be honest with you. And I also really wish that the airflow adjusted more easily, because it is so tight. Let me try one other O-ring that it came with. No, they're just not adjustable practically. They're so tight. I want to close this off about halfway, right? So to do that, it's like I actually need to pop the whole damn thing out, which gets my fingers just soaked in juice, soaked in it, and then slap it back down. Came with one O-ring installed and came with 2 extras, and they're all just super tight. This one won't even go down, I don't think. There it goes. Oh. So tight, so tight. So halfway open right now, covered in juice because from switching that out. It's a decent vape. It's just that, you know, not enough flavor for me personally. The deck is, yeah, just not enough flavor for me. Decent cloud production, fun build deck. I really like the drip tip options. I like the looks of the RDA overall, but the flavor is just not there. Tell you what, I'll try lifting up these coils a little bit. See if that helps any. They're pretty high up now. All right. Give it a try. No, I mean, it's better, but it's still just, lifting them up, it's a little bit better, but it's still, it's average for the flavor, to be honest with you. Very lukewarm on the flavor. Build deck's fun, looks are fun, drip tip options are great. I like that it comes with a squonk pin. The flavor just isn't there, guys. That's the Druga. Yeah. Anyway, so I appreciate all the things that you guys are doing, the likes, the subs, the comments. You guys are awesome. 2 more ways that you can help support the channel is affiliate links in the description and on the About page. If they're not already there, they're coming. I just suck. And I also have a Patreon account you can use to support the channel as well. Anyway, till next time, I'm your homeboy Josh. Vape on, vapors.